Ponyfans.com here with defensive coordinator Tom Mason. Coaches always say you treat one game just like the last one. You're getting ready to face an offense that's putting up video game numbers. Are you treating this just like another game, or are you putting in a lot of late hours and burning up extra time on the film room?
Well, that's a little bit extra, but one thing about Houston, we've played them so many times that you're pretty familiar with them and you're familiar with their players and what they do. They haven't changed anything in what they do. They're just doing it a little bit better this year than what they've done in the past.
All right, Case Keenum is back again, and everyone talks about his accuracy and the crazy numbers he's putting up. How do you simulate him in practice? I mean, when you face an option quarterback, you've got a couple guys who played the option quarterback in high school, and you can stick them in on the scout team. Who's Case Keenum for you in practice this week?
Well, we're just going to use our scout team quarterbacks. It's Connor Preston and those kids, and they're just going to throw as best they can. I mean, you can't simulate him, and you're really more concerned about making sure your schemes are right, making sure the kids are executing what you want done in your schemes, and you're just going to have to adjust to that game day, because I think the kid's probably one of the top two quarterbacks in the country right now.
Everyone talks about their passing game, and with very good reason, obviously, but their running back is now putting up pretty big numbers too. Give me a thumbnail sketch on him, what he does well, who he reminds you of, and what the key is to try to containing him.
Well, I think he reminds me a lot of Adrian Peterson when he was in college. He's a big back, he's strong, he's got real shifty moves, really an impressive running back. And the thing that he does for him is he gives you a dual threat. You can't just load up in a passing game and with max coverages and all those kind of things. You got to respect their ability to run the football. And this kid, I think, is as good as any back, at least in our conference, if not a back we've seen this year.
With Keenum, it looks like sometimes he gets rid of the ball so fast they don't even have to block the defense coming in. If you can't rush the passer fast enough to get to him, what do you do to try to force errant throws or knock him off his game a little?
Well, I think you got to change the looks up on the guy. You got to blitz him. You got to drop into max coverages. You got to do a lot of different things to him and try to keep him off balance. And you got to live with a play once in a while. That's the thing against this offense is they're going to get some on you once in a while. You got to live with that, and you got to go on to the next snap and. Just it's one of those things. Mix it up, and you're going to make your plays, they're going to make theirs, and you hope at the end of the day you made more than they did.
A year or two ago, you made the comparison between playing defense is sort of like being a pitcher in baseball. You might give up a home run, but you got to forget it, get the next guy out. And compared that to playing defense, if you give up a touchdown, you got to forget it, get back into your set and do the next drive. Is that even more important to have that mentality this week, knowing how fast this offense and how dangerous this offense can be?
Yeah, I think that's the key to it, because you're going to give one up and then you got to go back and play. And the thing that happens with these teams, as you watch them on film, is teams will hang with them, and then it'll be a 7-point game or a 3-point game up in the middle of the second quarter, and then all of a sudden they'll put 40 up in a row. And you can't let them do that. What you got to do is you got to keep pace with them. If they give one up, if we got to go get it back, and that's just the way this game's going to go. And who knows how it's going to play out? I think it's going to come down to who makes the most plays and who makes the turnovers. If we can get turnovers, we can get a couple interceptions, a couple fumbles, we'll be fine in this game. And the thing I never worry about this game is our kids are going to be fired up, ready to play, and you just got to go play it and see what happens.
Kenneth Acker got an interception the other day against Navy. You got a fumble recovery, I think, the other day. Is that the kind of thing where turnovers and takeaways for a defense are contagious? Once you get one or two, they might start coming in bunches? Yeah,
I mean, that's what really happens. And we had a dry spell there where we didn't have a lot of turnovers, and they're starting to come. And, I think part of it is you can't force them. It happens, and it's like you said, they're going to come in bunches or you're going to have a dry spell. And I never worry about it. We talk about it all the time, but if it happens, it happens. And I think the key to this game is we got to get 3 or 4 turnovers to slow this group down.
So coaching a defense against an offense like Houston, is this fun, or are you getting more gray hair this week and losing more sleep than usual?
I love it. It's a big challenge for us, national TV, game day. That's the kind of stage you want. Why not? Let's go get them, and let's see what we got, let's see what they got, and the better team will win it. So I love playing these kind of games, especially against the #1 offense in the country, and let's see if we can shut it down.
You mentioned the #1 offense, the game day going to be there. if you can keep this offense in check, suddenly you're the best defensive coach in America, right?
Well, not me. It's the kids that play the game. I mean, I just make a call. They got to play, and that's what it comes down to. Your kids got to play. They got to hit. They got to do the things you do as a football team. And if you do those things, you're going to be fine in this game. This game, I'm looking forward to it.